Hey guys, it's episode of the Baron's Finest, getting you guys a Cardfight Vanguard deck profile. I know I've been doing a decent amount of these lately, and I haven't done a Yu-Gi-Oh in a while. I've been a little bit burnt out on Yu-Gi-Oh, but with the new set coming out, I'm going to try and do some stuff. I have some ideas of kind of what I want to play, but not really. Gonna have a Mermaid deck profile for you guys, which will be the last deck profile before the new set. And then we'll be doing some new set deck profiles, hopefully in the near future, depending on what I can actually get. But I do have 2 more Vanguard deck profiles I want to do, at least until the new set for this game drops. I'm doing years pre-GBT02, and then I have Blue Flame Liberators, which I probably won't profile again until the set 3 drops, I believe it is? Yeah, set 3. But only is years for pre-GBT02. So to start off with, our starter is Timepiece Draco Kid. I prefer this over Gunner Gear, mostly because of the Kagero matchup, and this helps you better facilitate getting grade locked. Gunner Gear, in my opinion, doesn't have the best purpose right now, just because of how awkward it is. Then we play 7 crit. Heartthump Worker will be replacing 4 of these crits when it comes out. Then 5 draw. I think 5 draw, 7 crit is a good ratio in this. And then 4 heal. It's a pretty basic trigger ratio. For ones, we're playing 3 Steam Breath, Stride Fodder, 3 Meshi, which gives this deck a damage unflipping mechanic. Every time you bounce a Generation Break 1 once per turn, when you bounce a unit to the bottom of the opponent's deck, you can Soul Blast 1, unflip it damage. It's pretty good. 3 Gear Wolf. It's kind of like, it's basically the Bruno clone of this deck. Every time you bounce a unit to the bottom of the opponent's deck, it gets 3k. It stacks. It's honestly a really good card. 4 PG, these are the unflippers. I feel like you have so many counterblasts, you have to do this. If you're really afraid of the cross, then go ahead and play Withdrawn Gear Raven, I think it is, the one that came in the trial deck. And then iTech 1 Steam Scar Gigi. Gigi, in my opinion, is still pretty good. If you have to G-Assist, which I've had to weirdly do a decent amount in this deck, it gives you a +1 on call. It's a good boost. It's not a terrible booster for your Vanguard. It's one of the better boosters. Usually you want a Meshi or a Gigi because you want Gear Wolf on rearguard, or for your rearguard boosters. And that does it for the ones. There's not a whole lot. I'm not going to explain a whole lot because I feel like this deck's been out for a little bit, and until we get the next set, there's not a whole lot of reason to explain anything. For 2s, the 2s are actually really simple. 4 Amber, it's Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1 when it's boosted, Time Slip a unit, or bounce to the bottom. 4 Preserve Illy, it's the Legion mate for it's our Legion's mate. Soul Blast 2 when it attacks, the opponent can't go over zeros. And then 3 Twin Mazer Dragon. When it attacks Vanguard at Generation Break 1, it gets 3k. It's honestly not that good because like it only gets that 3k if it swings at Vanguard, which some people think like, oh, the Generation Break ones are better. They're actually worse because they have to swing at Vanguard in order to get their boost. But that does it for the 2s. I'm going to be dropping Steam Breaths post the next set. And then for 3s, we play 4 Ruin Disposal. On Legion, Time Slip or bounce a unit to the bottom, and then it gets 2k whenever it swings. Some people are saying play the new Legion. I don't like the new Legion, and I'll go into that when I get into, I guess, the next set deck profile, but I'm going to stay with Ruin Disposal. And then the best grade 3 in the deck for Chrono Jet Dragon. Generation Break 2, whenever it swings, the opponent can't guard with 1s or higher, and it gets 5k. And when you stride on top of it, Counterblast 1, bounce a unit to the bottom. So that does it for the 3s, and for the Gs, I'll just change a little bit, not a whole lot, post the next set. 2 Lost Stage, when you hit Vanguard, you bounce a unit to the bottom of the opponent's deck. I don't know if it has grade specifics or not. Choose one opponent's rearguard. Some of them do have specific requirements, and I think it's like 2 or lower for most of them. I don't really think I play any of the 1s or lower. 2 Chronos Command. On hit, Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 1, Discard 1, bounce your opponent's entire board to the bottom of their deck. And then the win condition of this deck, 4 Ragnarok Dragon. Ragnarok is on swing, Counterblast 1, Persona Flip, or flip a copy of itself over in your G-Zone. And by flip over, I mean flip a copy face up. The opponent can't guard with zeros. Basically, this is how you win, and it also gives itself a crit when it does this. I believe you have to have 2 or more in G for this, though. Yeah, the number of units in your G-Zone have to be 2 or more. So, you do have to, like, usually you'll start into a Lost Stage, and then if you want to start going for Ragnarok plays, you go, like, Lost Stage, Ragnarok, flip Ragnarok. You meet the requirement for 2, so then you can get the extra crit. and you beat the whole shebang. Ragnarok's usually your game finisher. These two are like earlier game, but they're still good. Just be aware that Chronos Command is not good in certain matchups, like the Gold Paladin matchup, because they are just able to refacilitate their board. But I think that's actually going to do it for this deck profile, guys. I know this is a really short video, but I'm seeing that my battery is flickering on this camera. I will have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profiles coming out again, and one more Vanguard deck profile. But you'll get a double upload this week, I will say that, and it'll be Mermail. I'll force myself to record Mermail this week. But that's going to do it for now, guys, so until next time, peace!